Imagine, for a moment, stepping back. Not years, not centuries, but millions of years. To a time when giants truly walked the earth. A world dominated by creatures so immense, so awe-inspiring, they feel like the stuff of legend. But what if I told you, we can still walk with them? Not in our dreams, not in movies, but on the very ground they once thundered across. The evidence is all around us, etched into the very fabric of our planet. These aren't just rocks. They are stories. Stories of a forgotten world, waiting to be rediscovered. And today, we're going on an incredible journey to uncover them. For centuries, these silent witnesses have lain buried, hidden beneath layers of time. But when they emerge, whether from the erosion of a riverbed, the shifting of a desert dune, or the careful excavation of dedicated scientists, they speak volumes. They are the dinosaur footprints. More than just impressions in stone, they are windows into a past we can scarcely comprehend. What secrets do they hold? How do they tell us about the lives, the movements, the very existence of creatures that vanished millions of years ago? Prepare to be amazed, because the answers are more profound than you can imagine. So what exactly are dinosaur footprints? They're not bones, not teeth, not even fossilized skin, though those are equally incredible finds. Footprints are what we call trace fossils. They are the preserved evidence of an organism's activity, rather than the organism itself. Think about it. A dinosaur walks across a patch of soft, damp mud or sand. Its immense weight presses down, leaving a perfect impression. Then, quickly, perhaps during a flood or a sudden influx of sediment, that impression is covered by another layer of mud or sand. This rapid burial is crucial. Over millions of years, as more layers accumulate, and under immense pressure and heat, these sediments turn into rock. Sandstone, limestone, shale, and within that rock, the precise shape of the dinosaur's foot is preserved, a perfect mold of a moment in time. This field of study dedicated to trace fossils is called ichnology. And trust me, it's far more exciting than just finding a rock with a dent in it. Ichnologists, these brilliant scientific detectives, can deduce an incredible amount of information from a mere footprint. They can tell us about the size and weight of the dinosaur, the shape of the foot, the number of toes, the presence or absence of claws. All these details help identify the type of dinosaur that made the print, even if no bones were found nearby. But it goes deeper. The depth of the impression, the stride length between prints, the angle of the toes. These clues paint a vivid picture of how the dinosaur was moving. Was it walking slowly, grazing peacefully? Was it running in a desperate hunt or a terrifying escape? Was it limping, indicating an injury? Was it dragging its tail, leaving a telltale groove in the mud? All of this information from a simple depression in the ground. Dinosaur footprints are found all over the world, from the remote deserts of Bolivia to the ancient coastlines of Australia, from the stunning cliffs of the Isle of Skye in Scotland to the vast plains of the American Midwest. Each site offers a unique snapshot of a prehistoric ecosystem. The conditions needed for preservation are quite specific: soft substrate, rapid burial, and stable geological conditions over millions of years. This means that while dinosaurs roamed everywhere, We only find their tracks in places where these precise circumstances occurred. These sites often reveal ancient lake beds, river deltas, or coastal plains, exactly the kind of environments where dinosaurs would congregate for water and food. Our journey back in time begins in the Triassic period, roughly 252 to 201 million years ago. This was the dawn of the dinosaurs, a time when life was recovering from the greatest extinction event in Earth's history, the Permian-Triassic extinction. The early Triassic world was often hot and arid, but as the period progressed, more lush environments emerged and dinosaurs truly began to diversify. One of the most common early dinosaur tracks we find belongs to creatures like Coelophysis. These were small to medium-sized, agile carnivores, some of the earliest true dinosaurs. Their footprints are typically three-toed, slender, and indicative of a bipedal two-legged gait. Imagine them darting across the landscape, perhaps hunting early reptiles and insects. Their tracks are often found in places like the Connecticut River Valley in the USA, providing crucial evidence of how these first dinosaurs moved and lived. Then, as the Triassic matured, we see the rise of the prosauropods, the ancestors of the giant long-necked sauropods. A prime example is Plateosaurus. Their tracks are much larger, sometimes showing both front and hind limb impressions, suggesting a more quadrupedal, four-legged stance, though they could also rear up on two legs to reach higher vegetation. Their footprints reveal broad, strong limbs and distinct claws. We find their tracks in places like Germany, telling us about their grazing habits and how these early plant eaters navigated their world. The presence of these footprints helps confirm that dinosaurs were already well established and thriving by the end of the Triassic, setting the stage for their incredible dominance in the next era. Now we enter the Jurassic period, often called the Golden Age of Dinosaurs, spanning from 201 to 145 million years ago. This was a time of immense geological change, with the supercontinent Pangaea beginning to break apart, creating new coastlines and diverse habitats. And with these changes, dinosaurs reached their peak in terms of size and variety. This is where we find the truly awe-inspiring tracks of the sauropods, the long-necked, long-tailed giants like Brachiosaurus, Diplodocus, and Apatosaurus. Imagine their colossal weight, pressing down to create footprints the size of bathtubs. These tracks are often found in long, parallel trackways, telling us they moved in herds, perhaps migrating across vast distances in search of food. The depth of these prints can be astonishing, sometimes over a foot deep, testament to their incredible mass. Some trackways even show evidence of a sauropod sliding or struggling in particularly soft ground, giving us a glimpse into their daily challenges. Sites like the Paluxy River in Texas, USA, and Broome in Western Australia are treasure troves of sauropod tracks, revealing not just individual footsteps, but entire migratory paths and social behaviors. But where there are giants, there are also predators. And the Jurassic was home to formidable carnivores like Allosaurus. Their tracks are instantly recognizable: 3 powerful toes, often with distinct claw marks, and a deep impression from their heavy, muscular bodies. These bipedal hunters would have stalked their prey across the ancient plains and forests. Sometimes we even find their tracks intersecting with sauropod trackways, hinting at ancient predator-prey dynamics, though it's rare to find direct evidence of a hunt. The shape and stride of Allosaurus footprints tell us they were fast and agile for their size, capable of bursts of speed to ambush their colossal targets. And let's not forget the armored giants of the Jurassic, like Stegosaurus. Their footprints are distinct, often showing a broad, somewhat five-toed front print and a slightly smaller three-toed hind print, reflecting their quadrupedal stance and the unique structure of their feet. These impressions are less common than sauropod or theropod tracks, perhaps because they preferred different substrates or their population densities were lower. But when found, they offer rare insights into the lives of these magnificent herbivores, allowing us to reconstruct their posture and gait with surprising accuracy. The detail in a Stegosaurus track can even reveal the scaly texture of their feet. Finally, we reach the Cretaceous period, from 145 to 66 million years ago. This was the final chapter of the dinosaurs' reign, a time of continued continental drift, the rise of flowering plants, and the evolution of some of the most iconic dinosaur species. Of course, no discussion of Cretaceous footprints is complete without mentioning the undisputed king, Tyrannosaurus rex. While actual T-Rex footprints are incredibly rare, the ones we do find, such as the famous Rex Road trackway, are monumental. They are massive, three-toed, and show the incredible power and weight of this apex predator. The depth and splay of the toes in these prints speak volumes about their tremendous force as they moved. These tracks don't just show us where a T-Rex walked, they convey the sheer force of its presence. Finding one is like finding a giant signature of Earth's most famous predator. But the Cretaceous wasn't just about T-Rex. It was also the age of the horned dinosaurs, the ceratopsians, like the magnificent Triceratops. Their footprints are broad, heavy, and show 4 distinct toes on their hind feet, with less distinct impressions from their front feet as they carried much of their weight on their powerful hindquarters. These tracks often suggest a slow, deliberate walk, consistent with their herbivorous grazing lifestyle. Imagine herds of these formidable creatures moving across the landscape, their heavy steps shaking the very ground beneath them. And then there were the fascinating hadrosaurs, or duck-billed dinosaurs. These incredible herbivores were highly diverse and incredibly abundant in the late Cretaceous. Their footprints are particularly interesting because they could walk both on 2 legs, bipedal, and 4 legs, quadrupedal. Their tracks often show a distinct 3-toed hind footprint and a more rounded, sometimes semi-webbed front footprint, especially if they were moving through soft, muddy, or even aquatic environments. The presence of these footprints in vast numbers, sometimes forming massive dinosaur highways, gives us a powerful indication of their migratory patterns and herd behavior. Some track sites even show evidence of hadrosaur nurseries, with small juvenile footprints found alongside adult ones, suggesting communal nesting and raising of young. While individual footprints are fascinating, what truly blows paleontologists' minds are trackways. These are sequences of multiple footprints left by a single dinosaur, or even multiple dinosaurs. A trackway is like a frozen moment of behavior. From them, we can deduce speed. By measuring the stride length and comparing it to the size of the footprint, scientists can calculate how fast a dinosaur was moving. Was it strolling, walking, or running? We found evidence of running theropods, and even a sauropod trackway that suggests it might have been moving at a brisk pace, perhaps fleeing from a predator or hurrying to a new feeding ground. Gait. Did it walk on 2 legs or 4? Did it drag its tail? The presence or absence of a tail drag mark is a huge clue. Early interpretations of dinosaurs often depicted them dragging their tails, but many trackways show no tail drag, suggesting they held their tails aloft for balance, much like modern birds or kangaroos. Social behavior. This is perhaps the most incredible aspect. Imagine finding multiple trackways of the same species, moving in parallel, all in the same direction. This is powerful evidence of herding behavior. We have spectacular examples of sauropod herds, sometimes dozens of individuals moving together. We've even found trackways showing adults seemingly protecting juveniles by walking on the outside of the herd, surrounding the smaller prints. This tells us about their social structures, their family units, and how they interacted within their ecosystem. Some sites reveal mass movements, almost like stampedes, suggesting sudden fright or migration events, injuries or anomalies. Occasionally, a trackway might show an unusual limp or an uneven stride, indicating a dinosaur that was injured or had some physical abnormality. These rare finds offer incredibly personal glimpses into the challenges faced by individual dinosaurs. Imagine a T-Rex with a bad leg, or a sauropod recovering from an attack. Interactions. Even more rarely, we find evidence of predator and prey interaction preserved in tracks. Imagine a theropod trackway approaching a sauropod trackway, then the sauropod tracks suddenly change direction or speed. It's like a prehistoric crime scene, frozen in time. Studying dinosaur footprints isn't always easy. These sites are often remote, exposed to the elements, and incredibly fragile. Weathering and erosion can destroy them quickly, and even human activity can cause damage. The ethical responsibility of preserving these natural treasures is immense. However, modern technology is revolutionizing ichnology. Scientists are now using incredible tools like 3D laser scanners and drone mapping to create highly detailed digital models of trackways. This allows them to study the prints with unparalleled precision, analyze subtle changes in depth and morphology, and even create virtual reality experiences where you can walk alongside these ancient giants. These digital archives also provide a permanent record, protecting the data even if the physical tracks are eventually lost to time and erosion. New discoveries are constantly being made, with each new footprint adding another piece to the giant ancient jigsaw puzzle of dinosaur life. The future of ichnology is bright, promising even more astounding revelations. Dinosaur footprints are more than just scientific curiosities. They are a tangible link to a world that existed long before us, a silent testament to the incredible history of our planet. They remind us of the immense power of nature, the vastness of geological time, and the constant, awe-inspiring cycle of life, evolution, and extinction. So the next time you walk across a muddy field or a sandy beach, take a moment to imagine. Imagine the countless footsteps that have pressed into the earth over eons. Who knows what incredible stories lie just beneath your feet, waiting to be uncovered. Perhaps, somewhere, a giant once strode. This journey through prehistoric times, guided by the silent imprints of giants, is just one of the many incredible stories our planet has to tell. If you were captivated by the world of dinosaurs and the mysteries they left behind, then you're in the right place. If you want to keep exploring the wonders of the natural world, from ancient beasts to the incredible creatures of today, make sure to smash that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you don't miss our next adventure, and give this video a thumbs up if you learned something new. What's your favorite dinosaur footprint discovery? Let me know in the comments below. And I'll see you next time on our journey through the wilds of history and nature.